Hey everybody, how's it going today? It's me, Captain Energy, and today we're taking a look at something pretty unique for me. Most of the instruments you've seen me review and talk about have been electronic, and I love electronic instruments. It's so close to my heart, especially being that I'm a technology person anyway, and I'm a computer programmer in real life. That's what I do for a living, and I love my synthesizers. However, the reason I want to talk to you about this is there's a couple things. One, it's summertime here in the States. It gets really hot. And I don't know about you guys, but my DAW and all the equipment in this room consumes quite a bit of power and causes quite a bit of heat. And then, of course, you have to cool that to be able to use the equipment. So now you're using more electricity to cool the room, whatever. And by the time you're done, it's a big cycle of electricity being utilized. The other thing is, maybe you don't want to be indoors all summer long. Maybe you like to go out and experience life. Personally, I do like being indoors, but I digress. Let me just explain myself. But I did, like, for example, go to a barbecue today, July 5th. Yesterday, I went and saw fireworks for Independence Day. It was great, but I was thinking to myself, a couple times out there, it would have been cool to have something to make music with or share some songs with people who I was with or whatever. Or maybe just jam on my own, just to have a little bit of, quiet away time. Sometimes I need a little people break, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So it's handy to have an instrument that you can break out and use. Of course, there are devices like my Simple Track, my Seek Track, all those little battery powered devices I have from Sonicware, and whatnot. They're great. But batteries only last so long. I mean, if I would go and camping, I'm probably going to go for a minimum of 2 to 3 days. And there's no battery is going to last that long. If you're using alkaline batteries, it's wasteful because I feel like it's like a draw on the planet as far as materials and that type of thing. I prefer to use rechargeables. I always like rechargeables. Sorry guys if you're an alkaline battery person or work for Duracell, but I prefer rechargeables because though you may not get quite as much as an alkaline battery out of them, I feel like you're not causing so much of a hit to materials on the planet using those type of batteries. Anyway, and they last. I get some good ones off Amazon. If you guys want the link, let me know. I'll put it down in the comments. But say you're out camping and you're thinking, man, I'd like to make some music. My battery's dead, my Seek Track, and I don't know what I'm going to do. That's where this instrument I'm going to show you today comes in. This is a Jamorin dulcimer. It's called a walking dulcimer, or some people call them stick dulcimers, because it has this neck, like a guitar. There are 3 kinds of dulcimers. There's walking dulcimers, stick dulcimers, these like this. There are lap dulcimers, which are the one you're probably most familiar with. They kind of look like a peanut. They look a little like this shape here, but bigger, or they might be pear-shaped, teardrop shaped. There's a bunch of different shapes, and people put it on their lap and they play it with a quarter type thing. Like they'll use a stick to chord on. Some people will finger chord them, but you could use a stick and just bar chord down them, and you'd play it in your lap. And that has I don't know, that one's got a lot of frets on it, more than the walking dulcimer. They're pretty nice. And then there's also an impact type dulcimer, something like almost like opening up a piano or flipping a harp on its side and striking the strings with little mallets, the hammers of that's why they call it a hammer dulcimer. You'll play it that way, and that one is the most expensive of the dulcimers. I believe the least expensive is the walking dulcimer type. These are generally in the like $200 price range. I have had several of these. I've had 2 from Siegel called the Merlin series. Those are pretty nice. There's also another company that I've had one from, the Roosbeck, which the Roosbeck was pretty nice because the neck was super thin. Very, very fun to play that neck, but it didn't stay in tune very well for me. Mine didn't anyway. And the body was very small. Like probably if I cut this much off of this, that was about how much echo chamber it had. It was a little thicker, but it just didn't sound as nice to me as the Merlins did. That's an opinion thing, so I apologize. And Roosbeck, if you guys want to send me a unit, hey, feel free to. I'd be glad to take a look at it. This is a company called Jamarind. Now, this is what I like about this dulcimer is it's made in America. It's made in Illinois by a small company, which I believe is one guy, Patrick. He actually makes these. He also makes ukuleles, and also he has a separate company that he's part of or owns that does guitar pedals. And we were talking, and we may actually be getting some of those guitar pedals to show on the channel here. If you guys are interested, comment below, because Patrick's going to see this video, and I'm sure your comments in being interested in the equipment he has will weigh in on whether he wants to send me this equipment to try out. I'm not doing this for money with him. He's a small company. I am a small YouTuber. Oh, relatively small. I'm not like, 20 subscribers small, but I'm not, 120,000 subscribers either. I'm going to take a look at his stuff as kind of a sort of favor and for content, I mean, no charge, no money will change hands, except for that I actually bought this. These I paid for, okay? I have this one, and I just got my custom one, which is, instead of this one is a diatonic frets. You can see right here. So you have, your notes just go straight down. There's not really a lot of sharps. There are a couple sharp notes. Like right here we have not a lot of sharps, not a lot of flats. But the one I just had made, here's the diatonic one, and here's the chromatic one. See the number of frets? That is because every note, sharps and flats, is represented on this one. What I was doing before on my Merlins, which are also diatonic, not chromatic, is I would bend if I needed a note that wasn't there. So if I wanted to get to like this right here, we have D. D is your first note here. So if I wanted to go and play not an E, but a D sharp, I would just bend this. Bend it up. And that's fine until you have too many notes to bend. But anyway, this unit is handmade in his garage, basically. It's electric. There are acoustic versions also. But when I say it's electric, it doesn't have pickups. It has like a contact mic inside of it. The electric pickup sounds pretty good. And what I liked about this over the Merlin is on the Merlin, all these caps are just like a flat plastic or shiny plastic. These have like a pearl looking. I don't know if they're actually pearl or if it's synthetic pearl, probably synthetic, but it looks cooler. And it's got some nice, they look like pearl. You got 4 geared tuners. Look at this. They're all geared tuners right here. You can oil these on your own right here to maintain this. The Merlin has 3 holes down here. And you have to, because at the last string, it's actually 2 strings that kind of play together. You would have to stick the 2 strings into this hole, one hole. And I always hated that. So Siegel, if you're watching, I would recommend you poke another hole in there, because it's a little ridiculous having to stick 2 strings to the same hole, because those beads at the tip, at the end, are a pain to get out sometimes when you go to change the strings on that unit. If the string breaks the right way or the wrong way, I guess you could say, it's a pain to get them out. Whereas in this unit, we have metal reinforced 4 holes, 1 per string. Very nice. Here's the little plate where the electronics are behind here. He's also got 1 more fret down here than even most diatonic keyboards. We have there's one more fret down there, so that's kind of nice that you get one more, basically 3 more notes on this than you can on the Seagull. The design and all this is all done in-house. Everything is done in-house. It's a real nice machine. The neck feels super thin. It's got a very nice laminate over it that when I first got my first one, which actually this was the first one right here, it felt a little tacky, but I think it was the humidity and maybe that it was so freshly made that it may not have had time to cure properly, fully. I had to let it sit for a day or so before I was already playing it, and it felt great, but you could really smell the lacquer, and it was a little tacky when I actually got it. But yeah, these are super fun to play, super easy to play. He also gives you a chord chart with it, some stickers, a pocket chord chart, as well as the full-size chord chart, one song that you can learn on the back, a guitar pick. That's pretty much it. He's got straps available, which is nice because I was unable to find a strap from Seagull for my Merlin, which I'm like, that's crazy. I can't believe they don't have. The one I have on my Merlin is actually a Guitar Hero strap. Because it was a nice, like, seatbelt kind of material strap, and I just was like, I wonder if this will work. So I tried it, it fit, and I just added a shoelace to tie it through the top, and it's perfect. But yeah, and you've got your you got a strap button there, and so you would tie the second one under around the head up here. And the cooler thing about this, I think, is because it's handmade. If it were machine made, fully machine made, I mean, it might be partially machine made. I didn't get fully into his shop's specifications, what he's got going on. But Patrick actually designed this model himself. You can tell, like, there's some areas on here that aren't, I'll say, perfectly, not in a bad way. And it's kind of cool. I think it adds character. I like the feeling of it. I like the look of it. And it sounds very nice. And this one actually sounds more like the Merlin sounds more banjo-y. This has the same kind of wood, so it kind of has a little bit of banjo sound, but because the body is thicker and has more area for the sound to resonate, it makes it sound fuller to me. I think it sounds really, really good. Let me give you a little example of how this sounds, okay? I mean, you heard the song in the beginning there. I just did that just so you could take a look at the whole thing and get a little listen to it. But let's just check this out for a second, okay? So it's tuned D, A, D, and the second string is also a D down here. I mean, if you've played a guitar, you'll love this. Let me get into why I think this is a great instrument for the summer, or really any time, but for the summer especially. Look how tiny this is. It fits in my hands, basically. Pretty nice. I can throw this in a backpack or in my car. They have cases available for it. Get yourself a case to protect it, of course. Probably would be your best bet. Like, it's a bag case. They're not that expensive. But you're going camping, right? Let's say we're going camping. For example, I'm going camping. I just throw this in the car. No thoughts. I don't have to go, do I remember batteries? Did I remember headphones? Did I remember a microphone so I can sample? What do I need with it? Nothing. I've got my phone. If I want to record something, I can just pull my phone out and use that to record, like, the idea. super fun to play. And if you've played guitar, you'll pick this up pretty fast, I think. It's essentially, and my brother-in-law just pointed this out to me. Let me just shout out to my brother-in-law, Ralph. Ralph. That drop D tuning is what these strings are set up as. They're set up as your DAD on the top of a drop D tuning electric guitar. And it's kind of crazy. I never looked into it, but I was like, that's what drop D tuning is? Because I didn't know what it was. I've never used it. I don't use alternate tunings on my guitar usually, but I actually tried it on there because I was trying to simulate a dulcimer, and I thought I was being innovative, but apparently it's out there and everybody's been using it for years. Or maybe longer than years, maybe since forever, I don't know. But whatever. Drop D tuning, that's what this is tuned as. Except that there are no sharps. So it makes it a standard one is a really nice device, a really nice unit. It feels very solid. I mean, I wouldn't, smash it over someone's head. You could break it, I guess, but it's thick enough that I feel like you could take a pretty good beating. The hole right here, the sound hole, is in a good place and a big enough hole that it projects well to people. I tried it out with some people. I played it for some people, and it is loud enough that they can hear it, but it's also good that I can hear it real well. It's not like a little teeny hole out here that I kind of can't really hear, And again, the electronic, you got your 1/4-inch jack right down here. Nice place for it. I'm glad it's not a face type, one of the ones on the face where you stick the cable in like at an angle. I prefer the side ones as like this, kind of just like I have on my Ibanez. That's basically it. I mean, the construction is very nice. These are available for about $200, $210, something like that. I don't have any kind of discount code or anything. We didn't work anything like that out. But I just wanted to show this to you all. If you're looking for an instrument that will not use electricity, you can take anywhere you go, is fun to play. It's a real conversation piece because everybody who sees it asks, what's that? It's a real conversation starter if you're looking for an instrument to get attention when you play at a bar or when you play, if you're playing out. Or if you go into a jam session, like they have in Ireland, they have a lot of these, they just call them sessions, but it's a jam session where musicians will come in and they'll just, just play together. It's a fun instrument, and they're not too expensive. They're cheap enough, in my opinion, that you could get a couple of them. And maybe you and a partner play together, learn to play a few songs together for fun. I mean, music is a great way to relate to people and a great way to share with people. So, I mean, if you had a couple of these, small enough for a child to play, big enough for an adult to play. I'm a full-grown man, okay? and playing this thing is great. Even on the chromatic unit, the frets are pretty good-sized. They never get to a place where they're too small for me to barcode or across them or whatever. If you're looking for one of these, I'll put the link down below where you can talk to, get yourself, if you want a Jamarind. Well, actually, they're called the BoonDocker is the model, the BoonDocker. But Jamarind is the company. If you want to talk to Jamarind and get yourself a BoonDocker, or if you play ukulele, they have a ukulele too. Just based on this, I would recommend the ukulele blind. I've never even tried the ukulele, but I would recommend it just on this. I feel like it would be the same kind of sound. They also have a mahogany version, and mahogany sounds like a kind of creamier sound, like the description that that most seem to fit the type of sound that it produces with mahogany is like a chocolate sound, where the this wood, which is the other wood, which I'm saying birch, but I think it's not birch. Um, I will look it up and I will put it down in the description. But that wood is like lemon. So like it's got a brighter, resonates brighter. Anyway, a set of strings for this is maybe $10, which is less than a 4-pack of batteries at a convenience store. And you'll get a lot more use out of it. You'll be able to play this for like a long time. I have so much fun with this. My wife loves when I play this. My wife's family thinks this instrument's great. I've actually sold several of the Merlins, but I am stepping up my recommendation, kids. The Merlin's nice, but I like this better. And I really hope that if you like it, you will try this unit out as well. And I just hope Patrick can keep up with the demand, because I intend to be recommending this a lot. Really, really, really like it. I mean, for $200, $215, something like that, it's a great deal. And it sounds good. And the acoustic one's actually even a little cheaper. The one without the electronics, I think it's like 15 or $20 cheaper. And the chromatic one, if you find yourself in a situation where you think the chromatic would be the better solution for you, it's a special order. He has to make this one special because he doesn't, not something he stocks. Unless these start selling, where all of a sudden everybody's like, I want the chromatic one, I want the chromatic one, then it may become an actual product. But it's $30 for him to make a chromatic for you versus the diatonic. And that gets you 4 more frets. So 4 more frets basically means 12 more notes. You get basically another whole 12 notes that you didn't have before by having the chromatic. But on the other hand, if you have the diatonic, the chord chart it comes with is right and ready to go. If you have the chromatic, you'll need to do a little thinking. And that's one thing I'm going to talk to Patrick about that he might want to do for the chromatic units is mark on the side of the neck with like a little stain dot or whatever type thing, or some kind of a dot, maybe an inlay, where the diatonic frets would be if it were diatonic. So you can look at it and go, okay, if I were playing diatonic, I could just go right here and you'd know what you had for notes. Instead of hitting these notes that don't really make sense necessarily. I hope you found this interesting. I mean, if you're looking for an instrument to take on vacation with you, that's small, easy to carry, doesn't require batteries, super light, pretty affordable, sounds great, and will be super fun to play, I recommend you check out one of these dulcimers and give it a listen, get one in your hands and play around with it. I don't know what his return policy is offhand, but he does have a return policy, I believe, so you can try it out and see what you think. Very good solution here to a portable instrument, in my opinion. I would definitely purchase more of these if I needed more. I may actually go back for the mahogany one later, a few months, but just to have the sound choices. And I might actually we'll see what happens. I'm thinking about seeing if he'll do something for me with my logo on here. Anyway, but yeah, that's the advantage of a custom-made instrument, is there's room for things that you wouldn't normally have. It's pretty awesome, and Patrick's a great guy. I hope this video reaches a lot of people and gets a lot of people interested in this instrument. If you have any questions about it, feel free to hit me up. I'll be happy to answer anything I can on this unit. If there's a real technical question, I would say contact Patrick at Jamarind. I'll put a link to their website down below, and he answers the chat, so you'll be able to talk right to him. So, all right. I will be around. Have an awesome day. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. And I hope you had a great Independence Day if you're in the United States. If not, I hope you're having a great summer and getting ready to have some good times. All right? Be safe. I'll talk to you all in the next video. Bye for now.